I am Lexon/QRBits. I am a artist/illustrator. On this channel, we usually talk about art, but today we are going to talk about where the art is made, which is equally as important. I moved out because I'm going back to school in the Midwest, so that's the reason why my rent isn't like $3,000 a month. With that in mind, please enjoy the rest of the video. This apartment is 425 square feet, and every month it costs me $1,050, which I think is a pretty good deal. When I was looking for apartments, my criteria was gotta have white walls, gotta have hardwood floors, and we gotta have good natural lighting. Those were my only 3 criteria. For some reason, like all the apartments in this area either had like disgusting gray walls. Yuck, who wants gray walls? I'm sorry if you have gray walls. I'm sorry if you like gray walls. It must be tough. Or carpets, especially renting with carpets. Ugh. I'm sorry, I'm just being a hater right now. I'm really lucky that I did find this place. Sorry if this is giving you motion sickness. So the number one thing that I was thinking about when designing this space was how to keep my work and my life separated, because I didn't want it to be like a repeat of my childhood bedroom or my dorm room in college, where it's like you're working and sleeping in the same space and eventually it all gets mixed up in your head and you go crazy. So finding a way to separate these spaces physically so that I could mentally separate them was really, really important. So basically my goal is to like Pavlovian train myself to associate each space with different things. So a big issue that I had before was that I would do everything on my desk. Like I would work at my desk, I would make art at my desk, I would watch anime at my desk, eat dinner at my desk. My desk was just the catch-all for everything. And that's actually really not good for your brain, because you start to associate the desk with everything instead of just the one thing that you want to focus on. So my goal was to make my desk a place of focus. When I sit down here, I'm here to work and nothing else. I don't want to be distracted by literally anything else. If I want to play games, if I want to eat food, I'll do it somewhere else. And I'll train myself slowly to do that. So to introduce you to some of the main components of my workspace, this is the printer I use. If you ever order something from me, it might be printed on this if I had run out of stuff that I ordered. This is a very standard IKEA shelf in which I keep all the merch that I have, like my prints, things for packing prints, acrylics and charms and stuff, more prints down here. This is an IKEA desk. It has adjustable legs, which is actually really good for this apartment because I don't think the floors are even here. The computer that I'm using is a Mac Studio. I just upgraded after moving. This is my first time owning a computer that doesn't already come with a screen, so I had to buy a screen. And this is my trusty Huon 24-inch tablet. And I also had to buy speakers. And I also have a monitor light that is lighting up the wall because I don't like looking at light. This chair was sent to me by FlexiSpot. I've had it for about 3 weeks now. And honestly, look, I was skeptical, okay? I was like, this bump is weird. I've never owned like a specifically ergonomic chair before, but I have like chronic back pain issues and I'm only 25. It's an issue. If I want to be an artist for a really long time, I'm gonna need to suck it up and sit better. So this is like one of the first steps to doing so. I kind of realized if it feels uncomfortable, it's because I'm shrimping. It's because you're really not supposed to sit like a shrimp. This chair is also good if you're a gremlin and you like to sit strangely. I could sit cross-legged on this and it's fine. You can actually lean back really far in this. If you do decide to get a FlexiSpot chair, they are 30 days free return and 10 years warranty. So not much risk to trying it out if you're looking for a new chair. Another thing I do for ergonomics is that I have this footrest so that I can sit with my legs at a 90-degree angle. And if you are horrified by the sight of all of the cables, not to worry, I literally just got my cable organizers delivered. And wow, would you look at that? It's not perfect, but it is a lot better than it used to be. Okay, so this is the comfy lounge place. I eat food here. I play games here. I basically try to keep all of my activity here that's not work and not sleeping. This little couch is makeshift. It's made out of 2 sleeping pads that I just put together and put a green bed sheet over. And this rug is just from Amazon. And this bamboo table. Okay, here's the thing. I just bought a big coffee table. It's downstairs right now, but I don't know if I want to put it in my room. The theme of this area is also squares. I think squares, well, they're a symbol of stability, right? Look, squares over here, squares on the carpet. Okay, so I finished building the table part. I'm not gonna put the bottom of it on yet because I like to sit really close to the table, and that's just gonna block my legs.
I thought this table might have been too big, but it's actually a great size specifically for filming traditional sketchbook stuff, so you might see more of that on this channel in the future.
Lastly, let's talk about the bed. So this is a major change that I made lately, is that I used to be the type of person who had to sleep on like a full mattress with like 3 inches of memory foam on it. But as I mentioned, I have like a lot of back pain now, and I started to notice that I was waking up with like a lot of tension in my neck and my upper back. So I was inspired by Vivi. My friend Vivi started sleeping on the floor, and I was like, oh, this is a very unique talent. Actually, I'm gonna look into it, and it looks like there's a lot of benefits to sleeping on a harder surface. Sleeping on the floor here would be aesthetically displeasing, first of all, and it would ruin all the storage space I have down here. So what I did was I bought a very thin mattress. This is like less than 2 inches thick, and put it on top of there's some cardboard here. I don't know if I needed that because these are slat beds. But honestly, I've noticed that after switching to a very, very firm surface to sleep on, I have had a lot less issue with pain in my neck and my upper back. So if that's something that you struggle with, consider sleeping on a hard surface. It might help you. Okay, so here's an update a few days after filming those last few clips. As you can see, it's a little bit different. I haven't introduced the kitchen yet, but for the kitchen I installed these lights under the cabinets because I was just severely lacking in lighting in general. As you can see, I've changed the bed in the lounge space because this is a long story. But essentially, since I figured out this rule of thirds setup in which, 1/3 is dedicated to my workspace, 1/3 is dedicated to my bed, 1/3 is dedicated to my lounge space. Basically, I can change these up however I want. Up until last week, this desk was over here in this corner. And then I got an intrusive thought, what if I moved it over here? And as I was doing that, I completely busted this outlet. So this outlet is completely dead, and a spark came out. I legit thought I was going to set fire to this entire apartment. So that went out. It caused this outlet to go out. It caused the ceiling fan to not work anymore, and this ceiling light also doesn't work anymore. And also my oven doesn't work. So things are busted in here. So an electrician is coming tomorrow to fix it. So I had to move everything. Honestly, I don't really care if they don't fix the lights because I don't enjoy ceiling lights. I prefer ambient lighting if possible, but not being able to use my stovetop is a little bit annoying, I must say. And I would like the option to put my desk back in this corner because I actually really enjoyed that setup. All of my friends told me, I asked them which one's better. Is it better if the desk is over here or over there? All of them said that the desk is better over here because if the bed was over here, I would have bad feng shui because the bed would be facing this wall, which has a door on it. However, what I'm thinking is that the flow of energy for me at my desk is better in that corner because I'm right-handed, and when you're right-handed, it makes me feel like I'm drawing this way. The energy the energy is moving this way, and it's completely blocked by a wall. Meanwhile, my left side, which is passive because I'm not left-handed, is completely open. So it just kind of feels like the energy is like running into a wall that way, if you know what I mean. Meanwhile, if I sit at my desk on this side, the energy is like kind of originating over here and like passing through this way and like throughout the room. And also, you cook at the kitchen, right? Cooking and working at my desk has the same vibe. You know what I mean? It's like you're cooking. You're cooking food. I'm cooking good videos, good art, good work in general over here. And then sleeping would be over here. Sleeping would be next to my closet, the bathroom, all the domestic stuff. It just makes sense to me that way, having the bed next to the kitchen. Feels weird to me. I guess let me know what kind of thoughts you have, because unless I get a wall here, like a room divider, so that I don't have to perceive this existing while I'm working, I'm not sure I feel completely comfortable with the room staying in this layout and the desk staying there. So I did a room tour, but it will probably change for sure, because that's just how we are. All right, it's the next day. This is the situation. Electrician came and fixed everything, so I can move my desk back now if I want. But I was just messing around and seeing how things felt. So if I put this shelf here, this feels much better to me. I feel like the energy is encapsulated here if I'm working and drawing. The main problem with this setup is that my makeshift couch feels really awkward in this position, simply because this windowsill bites into my head when I sit down, so it's not comfortable. But also this area looks really awkward if I just keep it as one couch. Okay, this will probably be my final update, but I feel like peace has returned to the world. This is how my apartment was meant to be. I mean, the desk is just meant to be here. It's like an extension of the kitchen counter. I cook food, I cook art, and then we relax. We play Honkai Star Rail, and we go to sleep. Yeah, if I'm not making sense, it's because it's past midnight and it's like a random Thursday. Let me show you some details of my apartment that I like, because I'm feeling happy about it again. I put this crochet Ayato right here on the wall. This is supposed to be a bookend that I just stuck onto the wall. Now he's floating there. Makes me happy how my workspace is perfectly one window, and the YouTube plaque can hang right there, and this entire space, which is these windows, is divided by these windows over here. That was what was bothering me before about the previous layout, and I've created my layout this time so that there are basically no wires down here. I'm pretty proud of that. This box is where all the wires are, and I'll probably figure out a way to decorate that. I have just little senshis scattered throughout my apartment. These are actually clips that my friend made, but they fall apart pretty easily. So until I get some glue to like glue them on, I'm just like putting them around. I knew that I had to get something interesting to put my spices in, so I got these guys, and they I think they're in love. And we don't talk about that corner.
And here's my closet space in my bathroom, so you don't get mad at me for not showing them in an apartment tour. But yeah, that's about it. It was a bit chaotic, yeah. Sometimes I wonder what my life would have been like if I had not had that intrusive thought to just move everything and mess my entire apartment up. But, you know, we all do desperate things to avoid doing work, so that's what happened. But at least I know now that this is the ideal setup for my apartment right now. So if you made it to the end of this video, thank you for watching. Thank you to FlexiSpot for sending me this chair. I am being legit when I say my back pain has basically disappeared. I think thanks to the combination of this chair having proper lumbar support and changing my sleeping habits to sleeping on a firmer surface. If you are younger than like 23, you might be like, this doesn't apply to me. Well, it will one day, and that day is sooner than you think. So keep that in mind. Guess I'll see you in the next video.